Hi guys. So I wanted to do a live stream. I was recording a bunch of videos and I was like, you know what? I want to go live. And today I want to talk about how to stop self-sabotage. And honestly, I'm the queen of self-sabotage. I know a lot about self-sabotage because I have been dealing with this for so long. Like it is something that I've constantly had to work throughout my entire journey. I still have moments of self sabotage, but I feel like I'm way better at navigating self sabotage now than before. And so the goal is not to be perfect, the goal is to be better. So, first, let's talk about what is self sabotage. So, I don't know if I should be looking at the camera here or here, but we're just going to go with it. I'm actually going to bring myself a little bit closer because I want it to be like more intimate. Okay, so self sabotage is basically when you get a result and then something happens to that result, or you do something consciously or unconsciously and you no longer have that result. So, for example, you get into your dream body and then you gain all the weight back, or you find your soulmate and then you guys break up, or you make a bunch of money and then you lose all the money, right? So, what I've learned about self sabotage is that before you even go into the thing, self sabotage will creep up. And let me just break this down for you. So, before you even start building on that goal, the foundation on which you built it on is so important. So, let me give the gym as an example. This is going to be the perfect example. So, if you're somebody who is losing weight, right? But you're doing it from a place of like force. You're doing it from a place of pressure. Like you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym because I have to get fit. I have to lose weight by this date, by maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's summer. And you go into the goal, you start working out, not from a place of like, I love myself and I want to work out, but you approach it from a place of like negativity, and then as you're going to the gym, it's like you are doing it from force. It's not from pleasure. It doesn't feel good. It's very just like there's like a lot of tension and restriction, but you're just bulldozing your way through. That is not going to be a sustainable result. Also, if you have to if you can only do that thing, let's say it's like working out on your best day, like you can only show up, you can only take action, you can only show up and do the thing when all the variables are perfect. Like it has to be perfect. Like the sun has to be shining. You have to be in the best mood. You have to have like the perfect workout set. You have to have this specific instructor, a gym instructor this day. It's like everything has to align perfectly for you to be able to show up. You're going to have self sabotage because there are going to be days when you don't feel like going. There are going to be days where the sun isn't shining, where it's going to be raining outside. There are going to be variable factors, and you have to still learn how to show up. So only showing up when the circumstances are perfect, or only showing up when you're in a high vibrational motivational energy. That is where a lot of people get self-sabotage creeps in, when you're only able to take action and execute when you're in a high vibrational energy, when you're at your best energy. So how you eliminate self-sabotage is being able to do the small micro habit. Like don't do this, don't try to achieve your goal in this like one leap, but what you do instead is you chunk it down and you only commit to what you can do on your worst day. So, one of my mentors says this quote, and it's so good, is that we don't rise to our goals, we fall to our floor. So, you don't rise to your ceiling or your standards or your goal, you actually fall to your floor. You actually are going to, like, here's your floor. Like, this is what you actually are available for. So, like, let me give you an example. Like, no matter what, I go to the gym every single day. Am I working out like like a man, like crazy, like a full like hour and a half workout. No. Okay. Like yesterday, I didn't do that much exercise. I went to the gym like I do every day, but I did a lot of walking. I did a lot of stretching. I did like one or two weight exercises, but I didn't do the full 30 count, which is like 3 reps of, no, 10 reps of 3 sets. But today I did more than yesterday. Today I actually like did more of a workout. So basically my floor is going to the gym, but depending on what I can bring that day, my capacity that day is how much of what I will do. So no matter what I show up, but the intensity at which I show up will vary based on my mood, right? Like the variable circumstances. Like yesterday, I was like not in like I was just like tired, not in the best mood. I ended up getting sick that day. I was super sick yesterday. And so that is what you want to do is you want to make commitments that you can achieve on your worst days. And that is how you eliminate self sabotage by not biting too much off of what you can chew. When you bite too much of what you can chew, that's how you create self sabotage. And I'm not saying that you can't stretch yourself or that you shouldn't stretch yourself, but yes, you should stretch yourself. You should stretch your capacity, but you should still have that minimum of like showing up in some sort of way. All right. So that's how self sabotage creeps in. So self sabotage also happens when you just stop doing the things that got you to that place. Like you just stopped doing it for whatever reason. You just stopped doing the things that led you to that place. And you should do some deep dive on like, why did I stop doing those things? Like what happened? And I have done tons of reflection of this in my own life. But essentially, what I have figured out is every single year, I feel like I am becoming closer and closer to my truest self. And so the reason why I've let a lot of things go is because they just no longer serve me. And I'm seeing that huge shift now, like this year, I've let like so many things go because I feel like I'm just like becoming more and more me. And so, yeah, that makes me really, really excited. What else do I want to talk about self-sabotage? I wanted to do this live stream, but sometimes it's also helpful to do a recorded video so I can like make edits when like I want to like think of something. But self-sabotage, just know that it is not something that I don't want you to see self sabotage as like something to avoid, but see it as an invitation. So, whenever something bad happens, like this is how you should train your mind. Let's say you self sabotage, you stop going to the gym, you stop posting on social media, you started eating the unhealthy food again, like you're slowly self sabotaging and dipping into the old identity. Do not freak out. The worst thing that you can do is like start freaking out, like, oh my God, like, no, like see it as an invitation. See it as an invitation for you to learn more about yourself. See it as an invitation for you to grow. See it as an invitation for you to create something more sustainable. Like maybe this thing that you're doing isn't working and you need to do it in a way that's going to be more sustainable for you. And the number one thing that I have learned in my journey, and I literally heard somebody talking about this the other day, the number one thing that I've learned is that it's not about creating results quickly. It's about creating results that will last. And so, a part of the self sabotage is thinking that you need to get to your destination as quick as possible, is by thinking that there's like you're in a hurry. Like, I know, especially as women, we have this like biological clock and like we have fearful of getting older. And it's like, I have to achieve all my goals really, really quickly. I have to achieve success really, really quickly. I have to make money really, really quickly. I gotta get married quick. I gotta do all this stuff quickly because I'm running out of time. And oh my God. But the truth is that it's not about getting there first. It's about keeping the results and sustaining it. Like, trust me. Getting a bunch of money is not worth it if it just comes in and goes out. Falling in love with the love of your life isn't worth it if you're not able to sustain that relationship. This goes for everything in life with business too. Like creating a business, like it's not about making money really fast in your business. It's about, like, I recently heard a study that was like, I forget the exact numbers to be honest with you. It was like, um, I forget the exact numbers, but it was okay. Let's just like make up a number. I think it was like, oh, 4%. I think that was a number. Oh yeah, that was the number. So they said in the statistic that only 4% of businesses will last 10 years, and only half of those businesses are actually profitable. So out of all the businesses that are started, 4% of those businesses will last 10 years, and half of that, 2% of those, 2 out of the 4% is actually profitable. So, wow, like that statistic just like literally changed my life because it just shows that it's about the long game. Like, do you want to be the business that turns in like 5 years? And so that is why it's so important to also with business do something you're passionate about. Like, another reason why people self-sabotage is that you're not doing it for the right reason in the first place. The foundation that you're building your habits on is a rocky foundation. Like, the reasoning behind it isn't actually like, it's not clean energy. So going back to the fitness example, if your only motivation for going to the gym is like a revenge body to get back at this person, or the only reason why you're starting a business is so you can make quick cash and that's it, those are not outcomes that are going to be sustainable. So not only do you need sustainable daily habits that you can sustain, you need a sustainable outcome as well. That's what I've learned. Is your outcome, the reason behind what you're doing, the intention behind what you're doing also has to be sustainable. And it's not going to be sustainable if you're just getting in shape for 6 months because the summer's coming up. That's not going to be sustainable. And it's not going to be sustainable in business if you're just doing it for a quick cash grab, because once you get the quick cash, like, it's over, right? For a relationship, same thing, right? So everything should be about sustaining, maintaining, growing, and compounding. That is like real success. Real success is compounded. Real success is compounded. Real success is robust. Real success doesn't fumble because you missed a day or two. Like, it has roots. Real success has roots. Real success, and that's what I really start to think about in my business. And that's why I'm doing major restructuring in my businesses, because I feel like, as somebody who I grew my first business on TikTok, my first lucrative business was from TikTok. And what I'm learning now, because I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on X, I'm on Threads, like, and so I was just asking God, I was like, can you please tell me, like, what do I need to do? And I recently, I'm reading this book right now called 10X is Easier Than 2X that one of my mentor recommended. I didn't read it at the time, but I'm reading it right now. And it's just, you guys have, I'll put my Amazon reading list down below. Like, I have to like update and stuff like that. But I'll put my Amazon book list if you guys want to see the books that I'm reading and stuff like that. But basically, he says that like 80% of what you're doing is only contributing to like the 20% of like the outcome. Like, he's basically saying like most of what you're doing isn't contributing to the goals that you're setting. And so what I've done recently is I had to take a look at like all these different platforms that I'm on, and going back to sustainability, like I was saying with TikTok, created my first business on TikTok. I'm realizing that TikTok may not be the best platform for me to use for a sustainable business. That's what I'm like realizing, just the way, like, I feel like vehicles are really important, and just that platform, like, I love TikTok. I love TikTok so much, but I feel like it's a distraction. I feel like it's not going to compound and grow me. I feel like I'm just outgrowing it. I feel like the videos on TikTok have a shorter shelf life. You constantly have to be pumping content. Whereas on YouTube, I'm making a commitment to not like post consistently, but just to like say hi once in a while, just to get myself like used to the platform again. Um, because YouTube just has this like sustainable energy. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like videos on YouTube, people watch videos on YouTube from 10, 15 years ago. Like, that's not a thing on TikTok. So the content is more evergreen. So basically, what I'm saying is that choose the sustainable vehicle as well. If you're trying to get in shape and you're trying to get in your fitness journey, what is a more sustainable vehicle if you've never worked out before? To go to a gym and force yourself to work out for an hour at 6 a.m. when you've never done that? Or would the more sustainable vehicle be to start doing a 30-minute exercise video in front of your TV in your living room where you normally come home to anyway? So it's like you have to choose, like, again, sustainable daily habits, sustainable outcome, sustainable vehicles that you're choosing to go in your goal. So that's what I wanted to say, you guys. I hope this video was helpful to you all. I'm going to link my books list down below so that you guys can check out the books that I'm reading right now. Reading is so, so, so important to your level up, to your personal development. Girls who read, girls who invest in themselves, girls who pour into themselves. Like, it's the women who pour everything into themselves that win at life. Like, you cannot convince me any otherwise. So invest in yourself, pour into yourself, read books, discover. And if you're kind of going through, like, I'd say right now is like a very confusing time in my life because there's so much restructuring going on in my life, and there's just so many things that like are just changing for the better, honestly, for the better. So if you're feeling like this, the download that I got today is don't try to force your way out of it. Like, allow yourself to go with life, because it's also about enjoying every season as well. Every season is not going to be the perfect winning season. You're going to have some seasons of confusion, seasons of grief. I recently lost two people in my life, recently had to go through a grieving season. And I feel like don't let life pass you by because you're focused on some end goal, some perfect end goal. Like, allow life to be perfect right now by focusing on what you have, by focusing on the people in your life right now. Like, that is the key to happiness. Like, success equals happiness and fulfillment. And so to me, that is success. And how you do that is by placing your focus on the abundance, on the love, on the things you do have, the things that are there. The more you're focusing on what's missing, the more you're focusing on what's not there, the lack. I wish I had this life. I wish I could, that just creates more of that energy, and we don't want that. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.